Hey guys, it's Stampy here, and trying something a little bit new, experimental. Ah, shit, this is a podcast, but unlike most podcasts, this is just me by my fucking self. So don't really have anyone else to play off of. So this is how it's gonna be, just me talking, rambling, seeing how this goes. Probably gonna have some music in the final deal, some copyright free music, so I don't get fucking you know struck down or whatever. DMCA takedown. That'd be fucking awful. I'm also not gonna monetize this because why monetize something that's just me rambling and talking about fucking nonsense? That would make sense. Make you watch a commercial just to watch me, I don't know, be an idiot for an hour or however long I plan to even fucking record this. Uh, so what are we gonna talk about today on this little podcast? If this fucking even makes it to air. First off, Dr. Pepper is delicious because I'm about to take a sip of it. Mmm, thirsty. Oh shit, that probably sounds great. Anyway, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. RTX just ended, or ended a couple days ago, and I went to it, and it was amazing, and I'm talking about that. I was also part of a charity organization that helps out other charities and does really cool, awesome things during RTX called RT SideQuest. Um, I helped, uh, I helped them run their little events. I was a part of Whiskey Team, which was basically just a security team and whatever. So I can tell you about all that. I was at all their events and helped, and it was really, really fun, really, really awesome. I really loved helping and volunteering with them for good causes. So I can talk about them, and I do plan on doing it next year. What other things happened? Uh, what else happened? I could probably talk about RTX and shit. Oh yeah, comic books. So fucking DC Rebirth happening. We'll probably talk about that. And because of it, I'm now getting back into comic books. So I actually went to Austin because I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere and bought DC Universe Rebirth #1, which is I think the little one shot that they did just to explain that Wally West is back and whatever. Got that. I got Batman Rebirth #1, which is different than Batman #1 because it says in the back that it continues in Batman #1, and I believe Batman #1 is out. They just didn't have it at the store. I wanted to pick it up, and it was sold out, so I had to get a second printing of it. But they had Batman Rebirth #1. They had Superman Rebirth #1. I did not get Superman #1. Couldn't find it. And then on the Marvel side of things, since they've done changed things up, I forgot that since they're redoing everything, or not redoing, restarting, going out with a bunch of new #1s, that they were also redoing the Punisher. So I got Punisher #1, #2, got the second printing of #1, and I believe I got the first printing of #2, so it looks pretty good. Um, Two really solid comic books, I can talk about them, and then I got the big one, Steve Rogers Captain America #2, that explains what the fuck they did and why it's with Hydra. So I believe that's a good place to start with this comic book. So let's start with Captain America #2, or Steve Rogers Captain America #2. Turns out, well, actually, let me read it. It's not mind control. I it's weird. It's not mind control. Fucking. Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. You don't want to hear this. I'm gonna have to put this in the description. There are spoils everywhere. My freaking body's trying to die. Um. So yeah, spoilers for a lot of things. So what happened is Captain America is not being mind controlled. He's not a Nazi. He's not everything. So the cosmic cube turned into a kid named Kobik. I believe it's named Kobik. What's his fucking name? What's your fucking name? It's and it thinks that Hydra is good because the Red Skull is like the first one to find it and like cared for it and blah 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 blah. So it's all for Hydra, and it can give people fake memories. So it's not necessarily mind control. So what it did is the Red Skull found out about this when it gave what's his head, the doctor that was taking care of her, gave her, because it was starting to figure out her plan or something, blah blah blah, and it gave him memories that he actually liked Hydra. So it's not necessarily mind control what they did. So they did the same thing to Captain America and implanted memories, fake memories, but memories. Um, and what they are is it's just like a little seed. It's that conception. Yeah, it's basically like Inception. She put an idea in his head, and it was that Hydra is good. So the choices that he made, like throwing people out of the plane in that first issue and whatever, blah blah, going Hell Hydra, that wasn't implanted in his brain. That was his own choice. So all the choices that he makes are his own, and are not. He's not being controlled by the Red Skull. He has the idea implanted in his head that Red Skull is good and that Hydra is good, and he believes himself to be a double agent. So it's actually pretty badass what they're doing, and I fucking knew it wasn't gonna be. He wasn't Hydra all along. I knew something. People were just freaking out for nothing. So it's actually a really solid comic book story. It's pretty fucking interesting what they did, and I can't wait to get number 3 because the way they did it, pretty fucking awesome. Also, Red Skull just looks badass in this art style. Um, what else we got here? It's Punisher number 2. Punisher's back with a new dude named Face who literally cuts people's faces off, puts them on plaques on his wall. And yeah, it looks really fucking crazy. Not much to say. Punisher has like the skull's a little bit different. Has a new look. I don't like his hair. I've always liked the Punisher with like slick back hair, and it's like kind of poofy. I don't know. There's actually a dude in here who's like old and looks what I believe the Punisher should look like, but that's neither here nor there. I almost thought the Punisher was black at first when he showed up. I don't have an issue with that. It's just I thought he was. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I was like, oh no, he's not black. That would have been really cool if he was. If they were just like, Punisher's black now. It's been really fucking cool. But he's not. He just has like a darker skin color or something. I don't know. Maybe he's just like really fucking tan. I have no idea. I don't know. I just know that I don't really like his hair. I don't know why that it bothers me so much. I just don't like his hair. I've always liked Punisher, even if it was just completely shaven. That to me looks better. I don't know. I don't like the tall buzz cut. That always fucking bothers me for some reason. Don't know why. So Punisher 1 and 2, not much going on besides just a lot of fucking violence. But what pisses me off about it has nothing to do with the comic books themselves or the story. The story's great. It's a pretty good Punisher tale. I can't wait to see where it goes. How many more people he's gonna kill. He's got a first 2 issues. I believe he's killed maybe 100 people. It's really fucking awesome. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I really don't know what the fuck's going on. Some kind of gang and drugs and some like powerful drug that turns normal people into like super soldiers. It's kind of fucking crazy. It's like super cocaine and bath salts. But besides this new guy named Face, who's like fucking terrifying, not much going on with the Punisher. Besides him being the Punisher, he doesn't really talk a lot. All the other talking is from everyone else. He just kills people. But what pisses me off about this is that it says parental advisory, not for kids. Like no shit. And there are some really bloody scenes and gory scenes, but when they curse, it's censored. The fuck? Why go through the parental advisory? Why even, and have like gore and tits and whatever, but you're every time they say fuck, you're gonna censor it? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. So anyway, Punisher number 1 and 2, pick those up. They're pretty fucking fun. Alright, here's where the big spoilers come in. So apparently, I didn't know this. I knew there was a black Wally West, but I thought that was old Wally West. They turned black and and I thought that was kind of fucking badass. Because Wally West is my favorite Flash, so when I heard that, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Wally West, that's fucking awesome. Apparently it's not. Old White Wally is back. It was just forgotten about because someone stole time, and that someone is Dr. Manhattan. And this whole book is basically Wally West going back and forth to different Justice League members, and you find out that Superman's dead, or one of the Supermen are dead. Yeah, one of the Supermen. Yeah. That's really weird. One of the Supermen. So yeah, also Lex Luthor's like the Man of Steel now. So I don't fucking know. There's a second Superman, which getting really weird. So anyway, what this comes down to is the Watchmen are in this now, and Dr. Manhattan's the villain, and Wally West is trying to stop him. I just fucking threw the book on the ground. Come here, you little bastard. Yeah, Wally West is trying to stop him or something like that. I don't know. I'm really fucking confused. I know there are 2 Green Lanterns now. that are in a book called The Green Lanterns, and one of them has a gun. I don't, I don't know why you need a gun when you're a fucking Green Lantern. I can understand actually having a gun. If you're Batman, someone can get the upper hand on you real easily. Pow, that'd be awesome. Batman doesn't need a gun because he's Batman. But you're a fucking Green Lantern, so whatever. Hal Jordan's still there. I think Jon Stewart's still in the mix somewhere. But this new book is focusing on them. And Superwoman is Lois Lane, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't know where the fuck she get powers from. I don't know. Obviously, I'm behind. This is not a completely redo of New 52, but this is trying to explain how New 52 was different. But yeah, at the end of this, besides you getting a ticking death clock, it was also written by Jeff Johns. Fucking awesome. But besides having a death clock, it says the clock is ticking across the DC universe with a little blood on it and it being yellow, like oh, that looks like Watchmen. I believe at the end of this thing. Oh no, there's the Watch and they're on Mars. Let's see. So the last chapter, the end of the last chapter, Batman literally says, "I feel like we're being watched," and then goes into the cave and sees something shining, picks off the fucking Watchmen pin. So the Watchmen are here. I don't know what the fuck that. I don't know what they're. Just they got me interested because I don't know what the hell's going on. But Superman's dead, which brings me to Superman #1. So apparently there are two Supermen, or there were two Supermen, both with Clark Kent, one from another world. And then this one's dead and cannot be brought back to life because that's what this guy tries to do, and it fails. Now he's like, well, I guess I'm gonna be Superman now. But this particular Superman is the one that fought Doomsday, the '90s Superman, the guy who fought and lost to Doomsday, or they both died, but then comes back with the long hair and the black suit. So this is actually that guy. And it's the reason he believes that he's like, oh, I can bring back Superman. Tries to do it, fails, figures out you can't do it because this Fortress of Solitude's different or some bullshit. Apparently there's not a second Lois Lane, or there might be a second Lois Lane. All I know is that this Superman, has a wife, Lois Lane, and has a kid. What's his kid's name? What's the fucking kid's name? He also has a really awesome beard that he shaves, I believe. But anyway, he's married and has a kid, and they all have superpowers. Some stupid fucking reason that I can't figure out. But this new Superman looks pretty cool. And now he's Superman. And now he's going to fight Lex Luthor or some bullshit. Or, I don't fucking know. I'm really fucking confused. I thought this was like they're restarting everything and I could just jump in. Apparently, no, it's still a little bit more confusing than that. So, I'm really fucking confused. But it looks awesome. In the next Action Comics, I believe it's the Battle of the Supermen, which is Lex Luthor, who is now the Man of Steel, versus the real Man of Steel, Superman, or the second Man of Steel. I don't know. And then Titans, Wally West is back. The Flash, Wally West is back. Aquaman and Green Arrow look actually really fucking cool. I'm actually going to pick up a fucking Aquaman comic book. I'm just looking at the covers at the back of the comic book, so. Yeah, this is, it's really fucking weird how they're doing this. But a lot happens in this comic book, and it's actually very interesting, and it's making Superman very interesting to me, and I really like it. And, of course, when the new Superman didn't have a lot of powers or something, I don't know, it was stupid. Anyway, he like wore jeans and a t-shirt. But this Superman, I guess he's more of the old Superman or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read Superman #1 to figure out what the fuck's going on. Because even though this is called Superman #1, it's Superman Rebirth #1. They really made this fucking confusing. So in order to get the next story, I gotta read Superman #1, and not, you know. Let's see. So then the adventure continues in Action Comics number 957. In 1 week, and then Superman #1 in 2 weeks. So I'm actually gonna have to get some fucking money together, start working again, and pick up another Superman book, because this is what they're doing. It's really interesting with Superman and with the Watchmen and everything else coming in. So now comes to something a little bit disappointing. Batman Rebirth #1. It's not bad. It's fairly well written, cool looking. I don't really like Batman's suit. Something about it just doesn't seem right, but it's basically Batman being Batman, and I love seeing that. But after all these, crazy after reading Superman 1, after reading the DC Rebirth one shot, you would think that there'd be some crazy shit going on in this. Nope. It's Batman being Batman with a new sidekick now. What's this guy's name? I don't even know if Batman gives him a name. All I know is he's black. I don't remember if they say his name. He's not a Robin. He has a cool yellow suit now. And, yeah. But nothing really happens in this besides Batman being Batman. Which is cool enough for me. I mean, I like Batman being Batman. And there's a whole thing with Calendar Man. I don't want to spoil this too much. I'm not going to give you a complete play-by-play. Because that wouldn't be fair. But it looks cool. It's just, I was expecting some big revelation. And there's not. Which is kind of disappointing. And the reason it's really disappointing is because of something that happened before DC Rebirth. Or during the whole Rebirth period. Batman became a god. The god of knowledge, sit down on the knowledge chair and ask for the Joker's real name. So what's his true name? And the chair said there are 3. And Batman took that to mean there are 3 different Jokers. I think there are 3 different names, but whatever. And they mention this in the DC Rebirth one-shot is like, I'm looking for the Joker. But in this, there's no fucking mention of it. At all. Period. Kind of pisses me off that a big revelation like that, they're just kind of not talking about. And even in what I know from Batman #1, they don't talk about. There's this new heroes called Gotham, which that's going to be confusing. I don't know, it's really weird. But all in all the comic books I picked up, really, really good. So these are all I got all the DC, most DC #1s, got the Punisher #1 and 2, and then got Captain America #2 because #1 was sold out. So yeah, all in all, I picked a good time to get back in comics, at least. I think it's going to shape up into something good. I was actually kind of sad I didn't get into Blackest Day and Blackest Night was the first one, and then Brightest Day was the second one. The Green Lantern ordeal, which was actually pretty awesome that I did not get into. Because comic books, reading on my computer is fun, but I like to hold the shit in my hand. So, I live an hour away from the nearest comic book store, so it's kind of hard for me to get a hold of comic books. But since I was in Austin, I decided, since all this shit was kicking off, that I would go pick it up, and now I'm thoroughly in. Once I get another paycheck, I'm going straight back to Austin and picking up some more. I'm picking up all the #1s and #2s that I've missed. I'm going to spend like $100 just on comic books. So that's interesting. Whew, I've been talking nonstop. Need a drink. I'd be very surprised if any of that makes any sense. It's 3:04 in the morning. I'm going to see if that video's uploaded yet. Uploading video. It is. System Shock 2 Part 6 uploaded. So good. I'm going to share that on Twitter real quick. I like to do a bunch of things at once. So, because it's not that I'm lazy, it's that I'm bored. I get bored easily. I want to do a bunch of things at once, so I'm not just doing one thing and then go to where I just have to sit and watch a video upload for 6 hours because my fucking internet sucks. But I do a bunch of things at once, so I'm recording this at the same time I was uploading it, and it finished uploading a lot faster than it usually does, so that's interesting, or fun, or whatever. Put that in there. I still gotta make a playlist for Link's Awakening. There we go. Let's close out of that. So what next? RTX. Yay! So my third RTX was really, really fun. Met a lot of people. God, I met a lot of people. It was really fun. So I guess I'll start off on Thursday, which is when it all started for me, or really Wednesday when I actually helped move auction items to the Radisson. So this year I was a Spectre, a volunteer for RT SideQuest. RT SideQuest, they give a lot of money to a lot of different charities. They do auctions and parties, and they give all the money. If you buy a SideQuest badge, you get into these awesome parties. And all the proceeds from the auction and the badges and everything else go to charities like Operation Supply Drop and Extra Life and Able Gamers and a bunch of other shit. That's really, really awesome. So this year I helped out with them on Thursday. Went to the charity auction, where I met a lot of people, including Greg Miller, who is awesome, Mika Burton, who is also awesome, Aaron Zek, or Zetch, or however you say her name, who is also really awesome, Josh Flanagan, Chris Tamaris, really awesome people. Those fuckers dressed up as Dumb and Dumber, the scene where they dress up in the orange and baby blue tux. Oh my god, those fuckers are funny. They had hats and everything. It was great. Actually, I believe they gave away their hats before they got there, but I saw pictures of them with the hats, and it was awesome. Seeing a person, I don't know where you get a tuxedo that is that bright. That was fucking funny. It was probably stupidly expensive, too. Like, the shoes, everything was that bright orange. It's like they went to the set of the movie and stole it. Or to the, I don't know, the backlog of props, or whatever. Anyway, it was like straight out of the movie. It was fucking hilarious. So everyone I met there was awesome. There was well over 100 people in that ballroom at the Radisson, and sold every auction item. A lot of cool auction item shit, man. You got Ruby paintings and posters, red versus blue stuff. There was a portal gun signed by Valve, which was really fucking cool. Ooh. There was, what else was there? Oh, yeah. So if you watched the RT podcast, you know this girl named Naomi, or however you pronounce her name. And she crochets a lot of crazy stuff. Like, she'll see something on the podcast, and then by the end of the podcast, she'll crochet a whole set of these things. Be like, here's what I got. These little plushies and whatever, and they're awesome. So she donated, like, her whole backlog for the auction. She had, like, all the Pokeballs from, like, your starter to the Master Ball, all in, like, little crochet crap. It was really cool. She had an entire laser team suit. I believe you could actually put one of the gloves on. That was really awesome. Just so much cool shit. There was, like, Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. There was so much cool shit at that auction. So many cool people. My feet hurt like a motherfucker because I was dressed up like a cowboy, how I usually dress, and I was wearing boots, and my feet were hurting because I'd been standing for like 6 hours. But it was all worth it because it was great. I met a lot of cool people, including the Spectres. The rest of the Spectres, everyone running RT SideQuest are really, really great. And I just had a real fun night. And then Friday rolls along, and then that's the first day of the convention. Went there. Had all kinds of fucking fun. Showed up a little later than I wanted to. Showed up around 1. I don't know if I played many video games that day. I know I walked around a lot. And then I was also dressed up as Harley Quinn, the male version of Harley Quinn, which was really, really fun, even though that makeup burned the fuck out of my eyes. Because it was hot and I was sweating and it was like melting into my eyes and I didn't feel good. But I had a lot of fun. I went to the sports ball panel where I found out that they're doing a new podcast, or that Tyler is doing the co-show until sports ball gets back on its feet, until they figure out what the fuck they're going to do with sports ball. But they did a panel and it was really, really awesome. It was a packed panel. It was really, really funny. I think they're going to release the video of it, or look it up on YouTube. It's really, really funny. I'm hoping my jokes got in there because I was making people fucking crack up. And not just me. There are a lot of people around in that center area were making people crack up. Because, I don't know, if you're a sports fan, you would get the jokes. A lot of Brady jokes. Because fuck Tom Brady. And so that was fun. And that was pretty much it for Friday. Left, went home, ate. It was pretty delicious. And then Saturday, got up, went back, and had some more fun and play. And then I spent most of the day at the Coven Games booth. And Coven, C-O-V-E-N, and talked to the developer who's making this game. He works for another game company. I forgot what the company was. But he's doing this on his off time, and it's a game called Witchkin, which is based on the true story of this crazy bitch, Clara Crane, who poisoned her husband and goes to the Texas State Insane Asylum. And then the legend is she used to poison kids with candy or lure them to her house and kill them or whatever. That's the legend part. And so he based a game on that story. And in the game's first-person survival horror game, you are a kid in her house in the 1920s, being chased by like these demonic toys. And I spent most of my day there because the dude who made it, and I believe his wife, or at least game partner, I don't know. I didn't really ask. So I'm not going to say anything that I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. I don't want to say something and it be completely wrong. But what I do know is that they were both awesome people, and they both were not being annoyed by talking to me for like 6 hours because I was there like almost all day. But I played that game so much because it's like pre-alpha, and there were some obvious glitches. But something about horror that the glitches just work with it. Because god damn, that game was terrifying. Holy shit. I played it so many times, got killed so many times, and so far, I don't know about Sunday, because I'm going to get to that. I was the only one to beat the game. He had a demo there, I was the only one to beat that demo. And he did not think anybody was going to beat it. And I beat that fucking demo, and they got me all on camera. I signed off and whatever, because they were making like a mashup video of all the people being terrified. And the game was terrifying, and I cannot wait to the end of this year or next year or whenever that game comes out, because I want to play it. I want to give them my money and play this game, because just that little demo was fucking horrifying. Reminded me a little bit of PT, except you're not being chased by something in PT. I guess it's the house aesthetic. But god damn, that game was terrifying. Look it up, Witchkin. Look that fucking game up. Look up Coven Games. Holy shit, it's terrifying. So after spending pretty much the whole day there, then the convention was over. I went, because I had some time to kill. I went and I didn't get any panels that day, because I don't like waiting in line. I really don't like waiting in line, especially when I'm by myself. If I had a person there with me, I would have waited in all the lines. I've gone to every RTX that I've been to by myself, so I don't fucking like waiting in line. But what I did after that, since I had some time to kill before the Buffalo Billiards, Buffalo Billiards, a really fucking awesome bar in Austin. We had a party there for RT SideQuest, and I had to go there and help set up and do security and whatever, blah, 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 blah. We were a security team. But before that, I had some time to kill. So I went and saw Independence Day Resurgence, and holy shit, is that movie awful. Starts off strong. First 15 minutes of that movie, or 20. Right up to the destruction part of that movie, it's like it was pretty awesome. Pretty neat, some neat ideas in it, too. And then, like, the next hour and a half are just utter shit. Oh, my God. I only went there to see it because I was hungry and I didn't have a lot of money on me, but I had a $25 gift card to Alamo Draft House that I hadn't used. And I was like, I'm going to use this fucking gift card. But the only, like, movie showtime that they had was fucking Independence Day. I don't know. Sometimes I see movies that... my thinking was that... watch it, make my own opinion, because I actually like Batman vs. Superman, which that's a podcast in itself, how I can defend that movie. I can defend parts of that movie, not all of it. I understand that it was edited horribly, but this movie is, you can't defend it. It's just bad. And I was in that same time frame, and I didn't have any expectations of it. I heard it was horrible, and usually if you go into a movie like that, it's going to surprise you. It did not surprise me at all. I wish I had just gone hungry after watching it. I mean, I wish I just sat in the chair all damn day and not watched that movie, because it was fucking awful. Do not see that movie. That movie's terrible. If you want to see another Independence Day, just watch the first one. It's good enough. Good God, that movie's bad. And it's not because it doesn't have Will Smith in it. Will Smith couldn't have saved this movie. This movie just sucks. But a good thing came into that. As I came down the stairs at Alamo and the Ritz, there was Michael, Lindsay, I believe Jeremy was there. I'm pretty sure Saw was there. I know Jeff was there. I know Jack was there. and I was gonna be late to Buffalo Billiards. So instead of going, "Oh hey, Lindsay," or whatever, or all that, I just like ran. I just like look. I think I ended up bumping into Lindsay and just like ran straight by her. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta go." So then went there, set up the party. I had helped set up for the party at Buffalo Billiards, and then ran security, stood at the door, and had a fucking blast. Um, at the uh, at the party, helped sell merch and watch the door and watch people get drunk and lots of fucking fun. Lots of fucking fun. I can't wait to do it next year. And even I want to volunteer again next year. Cause it was that fun. It was that fun volunteering. I can't imagine what it'd be like doing it, just being there. But I kind of don't want to do it next year and not volunteer. I kind of want to volunteer. I like helping. So that's what I plan to do next year. And then Sunday, I did not go to the convention. I know I paid for 3 days, but I did not go to the convention. I slept all day and then got up, ate dinner, and then went to Austin to help set up for the going away party and help there. And there's a reason behind that. I've been feeling good this weekend. Kind of, I had a death in the family on Thursday. I did not find out until after I got home from the auction and charity party. And so I went to the convention as many times as I could that I felt comfortable with, but it felt bad having fun when I should have been mourning. So yeah, still had fun. Still was a great experience. It would have been a lot better experience had I been happy. Um, had a lot of laughs, had a lot of fun, and definitely if you're thinking about traveling to go to RTX, do it. If you're thinking about getting into side quests, if you don't know what it is, look it up. RT side quest, look it up. It's great. If you want to do it, I strongly suggest it. It's so much fun. Just volunteering for it was fun. So I bet not having to do work is much more fun, or or is a lot more fun. So that was great. Uh, really wish I went back Sunday because I wanted to talk to the Coven Games guy again. I told him I was going to. I just didn't feel up to it. But holy shit, that dude got a good game. But I managed to get to the party and help out and whatever. And it was really, really good, except for the time they tried to kick me out because I'm a minor. And I had to explain to them that I was helping RT side quests. And they were like, oh, okay. I was like, plus I don't believe in drinking much for reasons, one of them being that I'm a probable alcoholic. But that's another story in itself. Um, that alcoholic thing used to be a theory. Now it's pretty much a fact. When I was like, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna throw away my beliefs and start drinking. And then next thing I know, I didn't stop drinking. Next thing I know, I was drunk all the time. And then that was fun, so I just threw it all away. So that's a fun alcoholic story. A fun alcoholic story. So that's about all I did this weekend. Or last weekend. I have a tough weekend coming up because of funeral. But till then, probably gonna go up to the house, do more demo work, and get money. Money for gas and more comic books because the essentials: gas and comic books and video games. Can't forget about video games, as I am a fucking nerd. But besides that, probably gonna be putting some more videos. Actually, I hadn't uploaded or recorded in maybe a week. And what the hell? I just got followed by some podcast on Twitter. Let's see what this says. Who followed me? It said somebody followed me. Okay. Anyway. So weird. Like, it gives you a notification and you go to Twitter, check it, and you have no notifications. So you have to go back through your iPhone notifications just to find what the fuck happened. Anyway, fuck that whole system. So, what to talk about? Independence Day sucked. Uh, got that. Got the whole comic book spiel out of the way. Independence Day sucked. Just gonna keep saying that because it was fucking awful. But yeah, got a bit of an interesting week ahead of me. Fuck, is it Wednesday already? Holy shit. Where's a week gone? I've been asleep too long. But oh yeah, I might as well take this time to talk about videos. So I am still uploading videos. I hadn't uploaded in a while, like a week or something like that. I was just taking a break because of the convention and because of unfortunate circumstances. But I'm still making videos, still doing this to like the 3 people who give a shit. Um, I'm doing new series, like the Link's Awakening that's on the channel and some other stuff, and I just keep doing new stuff to keep things fresh. Doesn't mean the old ones are going away. Stuff like Deus Ex and System Shock, though, those are going to be. I might be done with Amnesia for right now. I will say that. And Spooky's House jump scares because something about Windows 10. When I got the whole Windows 10, some games just do not want to fucking work, and I can't figure out a workaround. I also have an AMD processor, so that's pretty much gamer suicide right there. It's like having a Mac. Um, but even though I really do like AMD, I just wish it was supported, but it's not. But besides that, um, Deus Ex and System Shock, even though I'm able to get those to work somehow, those are going to be uh, temperamental. I might upload 3 parts of that in one day, and I might not upload another part for another 2 months. It's just because I have to be in a certain mindset to play that game. Um, I really like it, but I gotta be. If I was just playing it without having to entertain anybody or talk, I would probably play it all the damn time. But since I am trying to make videos out of it, I have to do a lot of research and figure out what's going on, and then I end up not doing the research and just playing the game anyway. So yeah, that shit happens. But I do enjoy the game, and sometimes it doesn't want to run. Blah blah blah. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck to do in System Shock 2. But I'm having a lot of fun. What's the other one? Oh yeah, Jedi Outcast, or not Jedi Outcast. Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. I really do like that game. It has no music, and there's a reason it has no music, because fuck Steam. I honestly don't know. That's apparently they sold the game and the music separately, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. But so yeah. But also that game has issues running on my laptop because it's so fucking old. But when I can get it working and when I can figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do, I will play that again and do that. These series are not dead. I promise you, I will finish these series before the Game Grumps ever finish Pokemon Red. You have my word on that. So, yeah, I remember that. Remember Pokemon Red and how that was supposed to be finished a long fucking time ago? Yeah, it never happened. But what other series? Amnesia's dead. And Spooky's House of Jump Scares just quit on me because I know they did the update and actually ended the game, but it just quit. It will not work. So that's dead. Cry of Fear, I don't even own anymore. I don't have it downloaded. I don't want to re-download it. Why did I stop playing that? That was actually a fun game. I don't know. To figure that one out. In Doom 3, I think the only reason I stopped playing that is I planned on playing it a lot more, and then I got Doom, like Doom 4, and yeah, happened. I just recorded another episode in Burgle Doom, so that should be up shortly. But yeah, all of my series that I'm doing, I plan on finishing. So, and the Doom series is about to be finished. So once that gets finished, I'll probably end up doing more Doom 3. Every time I finish a series, I gotta do like 5 more. Um, and I don't think Link's Awakening is gonna take very long because it's a Game Boy game. Game Boy game, not Gay Boy. Not that there's anything wrong with Gay Boys, but you know, it's hard to play video games on them. They only got one stick, and it's kind of weird to work. Anyway, doesn't matter. That was a really weird analogy. But so, videos and stuff are still coming. I don't plan on stopping this anytime soon. Um, as for Halo and Overwatch, I'm probably not going to be doing any more videos on that. Just because, or until I'm back in college. So after the summer, is because my internet out here sucks. So it's really hard to get a steady steady connection and actually play a fucking game. Um, because it sucks. So, but at college, it's a lot easier because the internet's fucking great in college. So when I'm back at college or back on campus, I will start doing those. But as for right now, next 3 months or 2 or 3, whatever months, I'm done with those two. With any online game. I'm also done downloading games because for a while until I get back to college because as I said, internet, it will take me fucking 6 years to download something. So um I guess that's it. This is probably horrible, but I'm gonna put it up anyway. It's experimental. I'll try to doctor it up and put some fucking music behind it or whatever. So it's not completely shit, but this is a pilot episode. And I do have friends who are not awake right now, but who could be in these and be a lot better so I could play off of people. I mean, riff and shit or whatever, but it's a lot different when you're just by yourself, and I wanted to make this just to see what kind of response it got, and just to give me something to fucking do, and so I could talk to myself and not look like a fucking quack or weirdo. Not a quack, a fucking crazy son of a bitch. There you go, crazy son of a bitch is the word. And anyway, yeah, so I just said like several fucking words that didn't even make sense. Yeah, anyway, and whatever. It's like a whole stream. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but this has been fun. Turn that back around. So, thanks for listening. If you have listened or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what would compel you to listen to this thing other than pure boredom or that you really, really, really like me, and I'm gonna guess that's the first one. So, anyway, thanks for listening and watching or whatever the fuck you did, and I will see you in the next video or podcast or whatever I decide to do next. So, bye. Oh, God damn it, where's the button? Is that the button?